What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly analysis, market outlook, whatever you want to call it. Right. So for this, we're going to be covering from the 12th of June to the 17th. All right. So you guys know how this goes. We're going to be talking about the pairs and the setups that we are looking at for this week. Okay. So we're going to just jump right into it because it's not really a lot of things that we're looking at for this week. I'm going to give you guys the best and quality setups that I'm looking at based on what just happened from last week. Okay, so we're going to recap a little bit and then we're going to talk about what we can look forward to in this coming week. Okay, so looking at DXY, right? DXY has finally showed its move. So in the last couple of weeks, we was waiting for DXY to hit these areas right here, which is our demand zones to buy from. Well, we didn't come down here. We essentially just accumulated right here, an ugly accumulation, and then we just reaccumulated. And with that reaccumulation, we took out these supply zones. So by us taking out these supply zones have already signaled to me that DXY is just going to continue higher like we were before. And that is a good thing because as you guys can see, for the last couple of weeks, I said the last 2 weeks, price action has been trash, right? The markets have been trash. The setups have not been that good. I'll be honest with you. Setups have not been that good when we are doing this pullback, and you know how that affects other pairs in the market because we have Euro USD, GU, AU, and all of these other pairs that are affected by the DXY. Higher, we're going to start at EU for today, right? Right now, we're going to see EU go down because EU and DXY are correlated. So, what are we seeing? We're seeing this huge bearish move, the opposite of DXY's bullish move, right? So, essentially, how can we play this? Well, what we have to wait for now is we have to wait for EU to retrace back into supply zones. Either it's going to create supply zones or it's going to come back into supply zones. That's the best way to play EU right now. So essentially, this is the first place I'm looking for. Now, what I'm seeing right now is that EU could potentially create another. EU could potentially create another supply zone by doing that, taking out all this liquidity, creating this redistribution, and then mitigating this redistribution and then continuing lower, right? So we have options what EU could possibly do, okay? And we could potentially get ourselves all the way back up to this last manipulation. That's probably going to take a longer time, so that's going to be the hardest thing for them to do. The easiest thing for them to do, which is going to be the most likely thing, is to just redistribute, create new supply, or come back into supply up here, okay? So essentially, we're looking for sales on EU. All right, we did not reach into the area that I was looking for. We did come inside the supply zone itself, but we didn't reach into that specific manipulation that I was looking for. All right, but that's okay. So essentially, I mean, we're just continuing our nice bearish structure as usual. We're just continuing down like we were supposed to. Okay, so now we're just going to look for sales. This right here is going to be the target right there. And GU is going to be the same thing. We're looking for sales down. GU is not going to buy from here, right? There is nothing telling me GU is going to buy from here. We already knew GU was going to go down. Us breaking this little order flow meant nothing. Okay, so I told you guys that these markets were bearish. I've been telling you guys for the past, 2 weeks that these markets have been super bearish, right? And these little order flow breaks is not doing nothing to really affect the market. Now, because we did break this order flow, I was thinking we could come back up here, but DXY did not allow us to get that much of a retracement. So it's going to be the same thing on GU. We're going to look for sales inside of certain areas. One of these areas is going to be right here for us to come back down. Or like I said, we could create new supply zones to continue lower. GU is heavily bearish as well. As you can see, we've just been going down with this good price action, okay? Moving on to AU. We have this clean higher time frame distribution that occurred right here. Since then, we've just been bearish. Order flow has just been taking us down. You see a lot of supply zones going down. Any of these supply zones, I can expect a reaction from. So essentially, you can see these, you know, EU, GU, AU is kind of like the same setups, right? We're looking for sales on all of them. Now, it doesn't mean all of them is going to come at the same time, right? But when they do get inside these areas, now you know what to do. All right, so we're going to look for sales out of this redistribution, this one, and this one. And we're just going to keep taking it up. So we get a sell from here, we take the market down. Let's say we come up here, we invalidate this, cool, take a sell from here. We invalidate this, cool, take a sell from here, right? We have 3 areas that the market could potentially sell from, all right? And of course, you know, you get a sell from here, you're going to be targeting the next low, which is right here. So very clean setups, right? Very simple. We're just looking for sales down. We're looking for the market to prove to us that it wants to continue lower from these areas. All right. Looking at UJ, and I'm going to go through this a little fast because these markets are super simple. I don't really have a lot to talk about because, I mean, we've already known that these markets were trending. But ever since we have that pullback, you know, markets have been garbage, like I said in the beginning, because the pullback, when you're looking at trading pullbacks and counter trends and, you know, complex pullbacks, anything can happen. So essentially, this is what we was going through. So let's say a market is trending upward, right? Market is trending upward. So this right here would be our last trend. But once the market does this, come back and starts pulling back, we could do anything inside of here, right? We could do anything inside of here. We could break this high, break this low, boom. As long as we do not break this low, it doesn't matter, right? Or this high. So as long as we do not break those 2 low and high, it doesn't matter what we do inside of here. We could do anything inside of here. And if you're trading this, imagine how much losses or BS that you have to put up through. And I feel like that's what we've been putting up through for the last 2 weeks because we're in a counter trend. We're in a pullback on most of these pairs, especially the USD, the DXY. Okay, so just put that into perspective, all right? Your best trades are going to come from trending markets, so we want to be following the trend. Looking at UJ has been bullish forever. Okay, we have this last manipulation here. Now, honestly, I'm just looking for the market to give me something inside of here. I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just looking for maybe we get some down moves, break some highs, continue higher. Okay, I need to see some sign of strength. I need to see us give us some bullish intent in order for me to buy this. Now moving on to USD CAD, I'm kind of salty that we did not come all the way inside of this accumulation I was looking for. So essentially we gave an ugly type 2 accumulation down here. And since then the market has been taking off, right? As soon as DXY started taking off, USD CAD started taking off. All right, so essentially, I mean, this is going to be one of those ones that we're just going to try to put a continuation moves on, reaccumulation, take it higher, right? You get another reaccumulation, you take it higher. That's pretty much it for this. I'm pretty sure we're just going to take out this little supply zone right here. Once we do that, it's going to be set in stone that we're just going to continue higher. So, I mean, we already know that the market's going to continue higher since DXY is just pumping like crazy. So, essentially, just reaccumulations or coming back into these small reaccumulations, or we could potentially come back inside of here, which is going to be the less likely scenario. We're probably just going to keep reaccumulating higher. All right, and that's pretty much it for the USD CAD. You know, it's just been pumping and then not giving a lot of price action. USD CHF, I can say, is the same way. So this area right here is going to be the most viable area to buy from unless we create another demand. We have not created another demand yet, and then you already know how we create another demand. It's just by reaccumulating. Okay, so if we do that, then we'll have a new area to play from. But as of right now, this is going to be your most optimal area to play from. We have a reaccumulation and we have a lower candle right here, which is our main point of interest, and that's our extreme. All right. I'm not looking for sales here. I can really delete this because market is going higher. I'm pretty sure we are. But we could see a potential retracement from here. Maybe. I'm not gonna counter trend it, but we could see a potential retracement from here for those of you who wants to do that, but I'm not going to deal with that. I've been counter trending for the last 2 weeks, and it's just not what it is, right? It's not the best things to do. So I'm just going to stay away from that for now and try to play these continuation plays and play these moves towards where the market wants to go. AUD CAD is another one of those markets that's just super clean. We have this super clean distribution that occurred, right? I was actually looking for us to come into the 80% of this news. We missed it. So after taking out all this liquidity, we had this huge run up. Market completely fell. Now we do have a distribution inside of here that I was also looking for, but we did not come and mitigate the 50%. So the market just continued lower. But guess what we did? We created a new supply zone, right? So essentially market comes back up here, we take a sell lower. Or if we just decides to come back up here, we will take a sell from there, okay? So the only two ways that we're getting in this is if we create a new supply zone to go lower, or we come back into recent supply zones. Now for AUD CAD, we're going to target this low, right? That's going to be our first low to target. And then we have this low right here. So pretty simple stuff, guys. Pretty simple stuff. All right, so that's going to be your best of the best, right? Those are the best setups that we're looking for this week. Pretty easy setups. Just follow the trend, okay? As long as DXY continues higher, you're going to see these markets continue lower. The ones that I showed you, of course. Even if you're not following the DXY, whatever particular pair that you're looking at, identify the structure and identify the trend and follow the trend, okay? As simple as that. That's pretty much it for this market analysis. I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what videos you would like to see. Recommend me videos, right? If you'd like to contact me about any of our services, the links are in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.